Everyone, my name is Ashley with Clover Patch Knits, and if you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning back to my channel, thank you so much. If you are new here on this channel, I do talk about everything great and wonderful regarding knit and crochet, so if that's like your new hobby or you just want to learn about the wonderful world of these hobbies, I know you're going to love this channel. And I know you all, I have not been here to film a podcast episode in a very long time. I had gotten sick and so much was going on in my life, but I'm feeling much better and I'm so glad to be back to film an episode. I'm not sure if this is like what episode this is. I think this may be podcast number 12, but I'm not 100% sure. But on today's episode, I'm gonna be sharing with you all projects I have been working on and some updates on a current project that I was working on. So I'm going to start with updating you all on a project that I've been working on. So I have been working on the Northern Augustins No. 6 by Anna Sophia Belling. That was going to be my 2025 Christmas sweater. Y'all, I'm so sad because I thought by this time of this year, by December, I was going to be showing you all my Christmas sweater. Well, it didn't get done. So you all, I was almost done. Like I literally had one sleeve left to finish and I would have been done. But I ran into a huge dilemma because I was just not really happy with the fit of the sweater and a couple of other things. So I was debating. I'm like, okay, do I finish my sweater for YouTube to show my YouTube channel, or do I just restart the sweater? So I made the decision. I was like, I'm going to restart this sweater so I can actually like wear the sweater and be 100% in love with it and not just like make the sweater to say I made it and put it in my drawer and like never wear it again. So with this sweater, I learned a lot of things, but the first thing I learned is to follow your first mind. So you all, when I was looking at the pattern, something told me you need to make size 2. I was like, no, I think size 2 is gonna be too small for me. So I was like, I'm gonna make size 3. So as I'm knitting the sweater, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, this just looks way too small. So I end up like going up a couple of needle sizes than what was recommended in the pattern. I don't know why I did that, because by the time I almost got done with my sweater and I just kept trying the sweater on, I'm like, the sweater is way too big. And it's like, it was too big like before I even blocked the sweater. So I was like, I know after I block the sweater, it is going to be like absolutely massive on me. And you know what, another thing it taught me is I was like, I need to actually start gauge swatching because I don't do that. And I was like, if I probably would have done a gauge swatch, I probably could have not ran into some of those issues. So I'm probably going to have to start gauge swatching and following my first mind. And also when I started my sweater, the neckline, I can't remember how long I had to knit the neckline for, but I was like, I think this neckline is going to be too much for me. And something told me I should have knit my neckline a little bit shorter. Well, when I kept trying my sweater on, my neckline was like up to here and it was just a little bit too much for me. Like I didn't want my sweater to look too much like a turtleneck, and it did. So that was the other thing. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna restart my sweater. And I have kind of decided like what changes I'm gonna make, because also even like changes with the ribbing on the bottom of the body of my sweater, I plan on making a little bit of changes to that. But hey, it is what it is. Sometimes in knitting, in this hobby, sometimes you don't always finish the projects that you want to, even though it is kind of sad. I actually am really glad that I'm restarting, because I think this time it's going to give me enough time to actually finish, hopefully by December of next year, because sometimes it could take me a little bit of a long time to finish projects, because I started this sweater, I believe, July 2025, and some people that's enough time to finish a sweater, but for me, I need a little bit longer. So I either will be starting that sweater again this month in December or January 2026, because like I said, I think giving myself almost like a whole year to finish a sweater should be enough time to, just in case like when I remake the sweater I run into some issues or something, I'll have enough time to fix them and not feel like I have to rush just to finish it. So yeah, that's what happened with my Christmas sweater, but it's okay because I still have other Christmas sweaters that I can wear. Like this one that I'm wearing right now is a Christmas sweater, if I could show you all the design, but it's really cute, and this is one of my favorite Christmas sweaters. Even though I didn't make this one, I still have Christmas sweaters that I get to wear and be happy in the Christmas season. But that's what happened with my 2025 Christmas sweater. And then also this is something that I kind of wanted to bring up because I have really been struggling with this, because I know I'm not the only person that struggles with this. But I know, like, especially looking on social media, I started to compare myself to other knitters and crocheters, because I know you all have probably seen the videos where people are showing like all the beautiful projects that they have made this year. Like, there are some people who have made like 45 sweaters, 100 scarves, 10 mittens, and like 15 socks. And I'm like exaggerating, but some people have made so many projects, and that always amazes me. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, this year I probably have made like maybe 5 projects, but I'm like, it's okay, because if I really love those projects, that's all that matters. And I'm also kind of like getting to like quality over quantity, so I'm kind of like working through that. But I also kind of want to know, like, if you have ever struggled with comparing yourself to other crafters, like, what did you do to like get over that comparison? Because I know I was really struggling with that for a while, but it's much better, because, and another thing I think that kind of helped me get over the comparison, because this year I made the Monday sweater by Petite Knit, and I really wear that one all the time, and I love that sweater. Like, the fit of that one is amazing. I get so many compliments on that sweater, and that's why I like with the Northern Augustin No. 6, my Christmas sweater. I was like, I want to have a sweater that I'm actually wearing and not just throwing in my drawer. So I'm like, even like for moving forward, like for 2026, I'm like, even if at the end of 2026, if I just have like even 2 projects that I finish, but if I really love those 2 projects and I'm wearing those projects, that's what matters to me. So I'm kind of, as I said, getting into the quality of things over like the quantity. But yeah, that's what I want to know. Put in the comments below, like, if you struggle with like comparing yourself, what did you do to get over that? Because I really would love to hear that. And I think it would be encouraging for other people who are kind of struggling with that too. But the next thing, I want to show y'all what I have been working on, because I did cast on something new. So I've been working on my Songbird Mittens by Erica Hauser. This is such a beautiful, stunning, like, mitten pattern. Every time I look at the pattern, my mind is just blown away that somebody was able to design this pattern. My mind is just absolutely blown. But with this pattern, you are using, well, I'm using fingering weight yarn. I'm using the Knitting for Olive their Merino fingering weight yarn, and this is so far how my mitten is looking. So this is my left mitten, so this will be the back, and then this right here is the front. If any of you all have seen this pattern, when I tell you when I saw this pattern, I was so like intimidated, because I'm like, this looks super complex. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but I can say, like, if you are a beginner knitter, it's definitely not as complex. The pattern is not as complex as it looks, surprisingly. And that's what I love. Like, I love patterns that look like they're really challenging, but they're actually not. If you make this pattern, even if you're not a beginner knitter, if you decide to make this pattern, you just have to be prepared to really concentrate, because even though it's simple, sometimes if you're not paying attention, you can like mess up and all that stuff. So just be prepared to concentrate. When I tell you, this pattern is just so beautiful, but the colors that I'm using, so my contrast color is the Well Blue color. That's the Knitting for Olive Merino Well Blue color. And then my main color is called Pearl Gray. I love this color combination. And here's another thing that I am thinking about, and I want to see how you all think about it, if you all think it's cute. So in my mind, I think it would be cute to have like a mismatch set of mittens, like with a different color. So here's my plan in my mind. So I want to use this green color. This is the color called Bottle Green as my contrast color for my right mitten. So here is my idea. So I plan on having still the Pearl Gray as my main color and having this green color as my contrast color for my right mitten. Is that cute to y'all? Because in my mind, it's cute to me, but I'm wondering like if people are gonna kind of understand like the vibe I'm going for, or will people kind of wonder like, why does she have mismatched colored mittens? I don't know. To me, I think it's going to be cute because the pattern for the right mitten will be the same. So maybe people will kind of get the ideal that I'm going for. But I don't know. Put in the comments if you think I should try the mismatch mitten color thing, because I've never done that before, or just stick with like the blue and gray. I don't know. Tell me what you think, but I think I think it would be cute if I do mismatch, but I'm not sure. And another thing with these mittens, if you all can see, I'm using my double pointed needles. Now you all, I'm a circular like knitting needle. That's just where my heart is, and I have not used double pointed needles in a very long time, and I'm so glad that I gave double pointed needles a chance again. From so far from working with this project, it makes me want to get like a double pointed needle. Oh my god, that's a tongue twister. A double pointed knitting needle set. I hope I said that right. But it makes me want to get one of those sets, because I'm like, having these in your collection of needles would be super convenient, because since I've been using my double pointed needles for these mittens, I'm like, when I make sweaters and I'm working on the sleeves, I think it would be so convenient to have some double pointed needles in my collection. So if you all have any brands of double pointed needles that you like, please put that in the comments, because I want to see what brands of double pointed needles that you all like, because I am considering getting me some. And so if you have not worked with double pointed needles or haven't in a really long time, I encourage you to give them a try, because you may actually really like them. So I love this project because it's making me try new things, and it's really beautiful, and I can't wait to finish this project and wear these mittens. So far I'm at the point where I will have to put my thumb stitches on some waste yarn and finish the rest of my mitten. And actually, I am so surprised, as complex as this pattern looks, it has not taken me that long to get this far. Like, for me to get this far, it's probably taken me about a week, which is not long compared to I've been just like knitting at my regular knitting pace and not like pushing myself or anything. But if you really push yourself, you probably can get to this point maybe within 3 or 4 days, which I think is good. But so far for me, it's been a week. So I feel like by next week, I can at least have my left mitten complete or almost there. But such a beautiful pattern, and if you have been thinking about knitting these, I highly recommend for you to give this pattern a try. And then also, the next thing that I have been looking at casting on, besides starting back on my Northern Augustin No. 6 sweater, is the Celeste Sweater. I hope I'm saying that right, by Petite Knit, because on the last video that I made, it was about like goals and things that I have for 2026. And one of those goals that I mentioned was I want to get back into working with different yarn weights, because all 2025 it has been fingering weight projects for me. So I want to get back into projects where I'm using like DK weight yarn, worsted weight, just different yarn weights. But I also want to incorporate more like color work projects in 2026. So I was looking at the Celeste Sweater, and then also in that last video that I made talking about my goals, I mentioned I wanted to make at least one petite knit pattern this year. So of course I had to find a petite knit pattern, and I landed on the Celeste Sweater. Man, that sweater is so beautiful, and I'm gonna put a picture up here to kind of show you all what color theme I'm thinking about. Like, I love this color theme. I'm thinking about going with this color theme, but I'm still debating, because pink is my favorite color. And as I thought about it, I'm like, I've never really knit anything where I've incorporated pink. So I think it would be fun for me to make something with pink. So now I'm like thinking, okay, with this sweater, do I want to have like some pink in there somewhere? So I'm still kind of like picking some color combinations. So if you all have any like really cute color combinations that you think would look cute with this sweater, kind of incorporating pink, also share those ideas too. Because I don't know about you, but I really like struggle with like trying to decide what colors I want to use, and sometimes I get super nervous because I'm like, okay, what if I pick these colors and I start working on this pattern and then I don't like how the colors look? So I do kind of get like overwhelmed a little bit with picking colors for my patterns, but for my designs and things that I want to make. But if you all have any like color ideas that you think will look cute with pink in this sweater, like I said, I would really like if you put them in the comments below, because I think it would be helpful. And also, if you have made this sweater, I want to know, did you like the sweater? How was the pattern for you? Did you think it was easier? Was it kind of difficult? Let me know, what did you think about the pattern? But I am really excited. I don't know when I'm gonna start on that sweater, I probably will start on it once I finally make my mind up on what colors I want to pick. But if I can make my mind up on what colors I want to pick, I may can start that sweater at least January 2026, but we shall see on that. But I think it's so beautiful. And what I love about this sweater is every time I see people post different pictures of the sweater, the fit always looks really good. And so also, if you have made this sweater, I want to know, like, did you have to tweak the pattern or anything to make the sweater fit to kind of your liking, or were you just able to go through the whole pattern and the sweater fit amazing? Because I know with the Monday sweater that I also made from Petite Knit, like, I did not have to tweak the pattern any when it came to the fit. Like, I just went through the pattern and the fit of the sweater was like amazing. When I say that's just like, that's my favorite sweater. I'm just like, I probably will have to make another Monday sweater, but I'm like, do I really want to make another? Because it is super simple, but I love the fit, because it's one of those sweaters like you just throw on. It's like a pullover and you just throw it on, and it's just amazing. And I get, like I said, so many compliments. So if you also need a simple sweater to make, I was just making the Monday sweater by Petite Knit. And so you all, we did make it to the end of the video. So if you stayed this long, thank you so much. And before I end this video, of course, I have to share an encouraging quote of the day. So this quote says, "It always seems impossible until it's done," and that's by Nelson Mandela. I hope that quote encouraged you, because it definitely encouraged me. But if you enjoyed this video, you can please give me a like or a subscribe. And until next time, I will see you all later. Bye.